What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video I'll show you step by step on how to sketch a beagle. For today's lesson we'll need some plain white paper and a pencil, and I'll start today's sketch with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now you can find the links for all our art supplies in the description below. Let's begin today's lesson by breaking down the basic shape of our drawing before we get into the details. So we start by sketching a line coming down the center. Let's start at the very top right in the middle. It's going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom using these short lines. Let's move back to the center of our page and draw another line going across from left to right. Now I want to use these two lines to help us create a circle in the center of our page and define the size of the head. So from the center, let's move up and mark off the top of our circle right about here. And then we want to measure this distance from the center down towards the bottom. And then we'll repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from that center point over towards the left and then over towards the right. Now I want to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. Let's start with the top left and just work our way around. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. Let's go out to the side of our circle, draw another line coming straight down. And we'll add one more going across the bottom of our circle. Now with our circle and guidelines in place, let's start blocking out the facial features. Now I want to locate the center of the eye. So let's take the left side of our circle and split that in half with a short line coming down. Extend it all the way down towards the bottom. Do the same thing on the right. Just split this in half, come all the way down. Now we want to draw a circle around that center point for the eyes. Let's start with the top left and draw the same circle on the right. Again, just roughing this in. Now the nose is going to be placed along the bottom of our circle. So right here in the center, let's draw a slightly larger circle for the nose. From the tip of the nose, draw a short line coming down to right about here to the edge of the mouth. Just going to angle the mouth coming down and then out. Just blend that out towards the side. Now let's line up the bottom edge of the eyes, draw a straight line going across. And we'll add that trim. Step over towards the left, just going to round this out, and then come down towards the outside line. Let's angle this down and out towards the bottom of the mouth. And then just going to round this out. Let's tuck the chin in underneath. So from these 2 points, curve this down, across, and then up. Let's go to the outside of the muzzle, go up, and then bend that out underneath the circle. Now I want to flop the ears along the side of the head. Let's start from the side of our circle, bend this down and in, bend this down and then out. Let's go all the way up towards the top of the head, draw a straight angle line coming down and then out toward that center line. Line that up on the right. Now let's go back down to the bottom of the ear. It's going to round this out and go straight up. And then going back to the outside of the ear, it's going to curve this down and then bend that in towards the bottom. Just doing a little overlap. Now I want to add a fold along the inside of the ear. Let's start back at the top, going out, and then bend that back in. Let's go to the side of the muzzle, curve the body, going out and then down along the side. Now with our rough sketch in place, we want to go back and erase some of these guidelines. Now I want to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us layer on some more details and refine the shapes. Now I want to start with the eyes. So we're going to start from the very top of our circle. So I'm going to bring the eyelid down. So we're going to come down, bring this in, and then down towards the tear duct. And we want to go back and forth from left to right. We just want to balance out our drawing. Going around towards the side. We're going to create a little point on the outside of the eye. Down. Just going to pull this up and then down toward that tear duct. Let's push the pupil and iris underneath. So just going to trace the eye along the bottom, then up towards the top. So you can see the whites of the eye. Let's add a small highlight along the top center. Add a small circle in the center of the eye for the pupils. Trim around the outside of the eye. above the eye and then pull that in. This is the brow. Just want to enhance the brow. Also along the inside. Now I'm going to work our way across the center down towards the nose. We're going to add that thick trim in the middle. So just bending this across toward the muzzle. Out along the side. It's going to flatten off the top of the nose. Got two small ovals on either side for the nostrils. And I'm just going to add a little bit more shape to the muzzle. I'm going to bring the top of the head down a little bit lower. Now we're going to switch to our 0.9mm pencil and start adding some contrast. So we'll start with the top of the eyes. Just add a thick, dark lash and eyelid. I'm going to blend that up towards the top. Also adding a little fold. And brushing some of that fur going up along the brow. Start from the area around the bottom of the eye, going across. Bring some of that fur coming down. Just turn that highlight into a little bit of a rectangle. Now we're going to darken up the center of the pupil, but we just want to feather that out towards the side. And we want to go in behind that highlight. Let's darken up the top of the iris, going in behind the highlight. And we're just going to blend that down towards the bottom. I want to create a little bit of a glare across the bottom of the eye. want to darken up the bottom of the nose and then fade that up towards a bit of a highlight. And then just blend that out. Also going to brush some of that fur going up from the top of the nose. Now we're going to add a fur edge across the bottom of the muzzle and the top of the mouth, going out towards the side. Just want to blend that fur coming in. Just going to add those whisker lines going out from the center towards the side. We'll soften up the fur going around the cheeks and the jaw. Now we're just going to move out to the side and draw on the inside of the ears. Now let's switch to our 2mm pencil and start adding some shadows and tones. So we're going to start by darkening up the inside of the ear around this fold. So going darker along the inside edge, and you want to feather that out towards the side. Add a slightly lighter shade across the inside edge of the face, going around the eyes, and we'll fade that out. going to go back in and start layering in some fur texture on top. So start just above the eyes, just working with the curvature of the eyes and face. As we get closer to the end, we'll just finish off our textures, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of a beagle. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.